What's better for weight loss, cardio or resistance training? If you frequently exercise, this question has probably flashed in your mind at one time or another. Surprisingly, there's actually very little research on the topic of exercise and its caloric demands. Now, anecdotally, I found that most people tend to massively overestimate the caloric cost of their training. A recent study on resistance training and energy expenditure gives us some context. Researchers had subjects complete a workout consisting of 7 exercises for 2 to 3 sets with 8 to 12 reps at about 70% of their predicted 1 rep max. I would classify this as a pretty standard, relatively intense workout that someone might undergo. In order to measure caloric expenditure, researchers measured gas exchange through a process called indirect calorimetry. In relatively simple terms, this involves basically measuring inspired and expired gas flows, as well as volumes and concentrations of oxygen and carbon dioxide. This allows a relatively accurate calculation of not only how many calories are being utilized, but where those calories are coming from. What they found was that this exercise protocol burned anywhere from 75 calories to 300 calories per workout. This was dependent upon multiple factors such as sex, age, and the weight of the participant. Now, let's average that to about 190 calories burned per workout. This is not a very high number when you consider that 190 calories is equivalent to about 1 small apple with 1 tablespoon of peanut butter. But what about calories burned after exercise, otherwise called EPOC? Excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. The research in this study found that the additional calorie expenditure after training due to EPOC was only 7 to 8 calories in total. So the next logical question is lifting actually good at burning calories? And the answer is, well, not really. If you're purely interested in maximizing calorie expenditure, lifting doesn't hold a candle to traditional forms of cardio. For example, as a decent rule of thumb, a 150-pound person burns about 100 calories jogging 1 mile over flat ground. Even if you run that mile in a leisurely 10 minutes, you're still burning about 10 calories per minute. And if you're about 200 pounds and run a mile in 7 minutes, you're burning closer to 135 calories at a clip of over 19 calories per minute. Now, average caloric expenditure in this study was only 1.7 calories per minute in women and 3.1 calories per minute in men. If weight loss is your focus, including both resistance training and cardio seems to be the most ideal. Resistance training still burns some energy, which is something to strive for. However, this is not the main reason to include resistance training. Weightlifting helps build and preserve muscle during caloric deprivation. This is absolutely key because the preservation of muscle ensures that our metabolic rate doesn't drop as a result of muscle loss, which is something to be wary of when dieting. Muscle is also extremely metabolically active, while fat is not. Therefore, it's paramount that when we strive to lose weight, we lose the majority of weight coming from fat and not lean tissue and muscle. Studies have shown that simply adding a few days of resistance training to your weekly weight loss program does wonders in preserving and even building muscle, which increases metabolic rate or how much energy you burn. There are plenty of other reasons to lift weights and not just stick to cardio, and that includes simply improving the aesthetic look of your body, improving strength and functionality of the body, improving bone density, prevention and control of conditions such as arthritis, back pain, mental illness, and diabetes. So in summary, while lifting weights may not burn as much energy as just doing cardio, just sticking with cardio is not ideal because cardio does not give your body a trigger or a reason to build or hold on to muscle mass. Therefore, a mix of cardio and weightlifting tends to be the most ideal for losing weight while maintaining and even gaining muscle mass, which is what we want to shoot for.